Ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between and outside, welcome to Zimu Team Cup. This is Playdate 2. This is OTF versus Don't Force Me. The team names probably don't tell you that much, but if I say the names of the players and the teams, you will be delighted. We got, for OTF, TH, that's the O, because he's the egg. The T is Infy, because he builds the towers. And we got Fly, because he starts with an F. And then, Team Don't Force Me is Happy, Fortitude, and Kaho. And they were very, very successful yesterday in the debut of the Zimu Team Cup. This is a $14,500 team tournament with 2 2-on-2s and 2 1-on-1s and a join bug for us to start things. Are Infy, TH, and Fly better suited for Happy, Fortitude, and Kaho? We got the lineups, you saw them on the break screen. We're gonna start with Infy and Kaho. That's gonna be a Night Elf mirror as far as I know. Then we got Fly versus Happy, which is a banger. And then we get the 2-on-2s, and this is where it's getting cool. Infy and Fly versus Fortitude and Kaho, and a lineup change for Don't Force Me, which is not Happy and Fortitude anymore. The human versus Night Elf combo. Human versus Undead combo is gone, and we go with Happy and Kaho. Night Elf versus Orc. I thought that that's a thing of the past, but apparently it is not. So, I hope you're with me, and I hope you're gonna enjoy this. Thank you, Goody, for the 47-month resub. Greetings to Sweden, my man. Yeah, just 10 hours after Gym King of the Hill, which was a spectacle, we're back with more Warcraft action, and we are in game 1. Cool to see Infy play again. Don't Force Me face the first defeat. The system is as follows. If you win the best of 3, doesn't matter with what score, you get a point. If you lose the best of 3, you don't get a point. As simple as it gets. Infy decided to go for Night Elf all the way. This is not random. This is no other shenanigans. It's Night Elf Mirror. And that versus Kaho is interesting to me. I think Kaho is pretty good. Some people in chat say he's not that great in Mirror. But I disagree. I think Kaho can play every single matchup. We've seen him yesterday with the win over 1-2-0. That was impressive. We have a 3-minute delay, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm not responding to you. Demon Hunter here. Demon Hunter here. So this is the norm. Also, the creep positions are definitely the norm. We will see how impactful the new immolation is in this matchup, in the Night Elf Mirror. Later tonight, we got Kreisklasse, where I think the decision has been made already. Who wins? Congrats to the champions. But we have another match later, and we're gonna broadcast that alongside Nase in German. So here we go. Kaho in blue, upper right-hand side. Infy in yellow, bottom left-hand side. That's a little too loud if you ask me. All right, we clear the barricades. Don't stop me now. So yeah, immolation activation cost is gone, therefore a little less damage, more mana drain, but more flexibility. And we'll see who uses it better. And who gets the better items. Panel of Energy. There's a lot more fuel for Dante's Inferno, as Grinchy does. And we have mirrored item drops. That's nice. Some people hate on Night Elf Mirror. I think it's a very entertaining matchup, especially when we have diverging strategies, or it's mass range. Mass range in itself also very entertaining, with lots of hero focus. And we do have diverging strategies, as Infy, in typical Infy fashion, is trying to go for a macro game with an early expansion. Night Elf fast expansion, everybody. But guess what? Kaho knows it. And it's gonna cancel it. That hurts. On the other side, Kaho decides to go for a Hunter's Soul early. So a Huntress transition prior to the tech as now the tech at the same time, which is of course a little advantage for Kaho right away due to that cancel, due to reading Infy like a book. But Infy on the other side going on the aggressive now, and there's no real defense in front of the Wisps, no Lawlight Moonwell wall.
A town is under siege.
And that's a little distraction. Thank you, Hudomic, for the 11-month resub. Hey there! Grandpa had for the win, yeah. Last week it was the Hey Kids look, now it's the Grandpa look.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Infy is kinda buying some time for another expansion attempt. I like that, like, we see this more and more matchups, especially from the Undead side. Try to expand. If it doesn't work, tech, and then you can still put a second expansion down the road. And is Kaho reading this too? He absolutely is. God damn, I was impressed with Kaho yesterday. This game is 4.5 minutes old, and once again, I am delighted about this play. Archer for the scout, staff on that unit, second cancel. Wonderful play by Kaho. Infy trying to buy some time here. This is obviously a cancel, gets most of the resources back. But Infy is in a little bit of trouble already. Ouch. I'm a little disappointed that 40 is once again not seated in the one-on-ones. Maybe it's a comfort thing. Maybe they want to give the new talent a little bit of time to shine. And what are the tier 2 units? Is it Huntress into Dryads? Is it Bears? Is Infy staying range? Because if I didn't miss it, there's no Hunter Soul for him, right? No. Infy with the third try. That's second base. Naga second it is now. That is the norm on both sides in this matchup, as the Demon Hunter is the staple, and then the Naga is the perfect counter to it. But I think the bigger plays, the better plays, all going to Kaho so far. Oh, nice movement with the Demon Hunter. Wonderfully done! Putting all the damage in from the right-hand side and finding the time with the Demon Hunter to split to the left-hand side, go for the block, go for the kill. Guys, we're living in a world where Kaho is schooling Infy. And moving into a mirror match, problematic. Infy is losing absolutely everything and calls for the game. That's just it. Kaho with a dominant performance, 6 minutes 18. That expansion play doomed him. Or was it the expansion play, or was it the counter by Kaho? I think the latter. Scouted it once, cancelled it, scouted it twice with the staff, cancelled it. And then number 3 was too much. Infy couldn't handle it. And 1-0 for the young Night Elf. God damn, Kaho is showing up strong. Like, the first map against 1-2-0 wasn't the greatest Warcraft I've ever seen. But afterwards, really impressed. Really impressed with what he's doing. So, Northern Isles. Northern Isles goes to Kaho. So far, as I said, don't force me. Undefeated in this league. And Kaho is on a good way that it stays this way. And we go into Tide Hunters. Interesting. I wonder if there's a second strat up Infy's sleeve. Usually, for the longest time, he played Night Elf. No, he played Undead against Night Elf with his expansion style. That doesn't seem to work anymore. So he's really willing to go into Night Elf Mirror. Showing these elves how it's really done. When is the moment Infy is going back to human? The best human patch in ages. Still one of the all-time greats, not switching back yet. We got map 2, everybody. This is Infy trailing down a map, upper left-hand side. And Kaho, right-hand side. I was really surprised. I thought the one-on-one matchup for Don't Force Me is gonna be Happy and Fortitude. They played so well recently, but that is not the case. Kaho is seated and Kaho is showing up. And then 40, the commander in the 2-2s. We stay with the Demon Hunter. We got the same creep routes again. So Infy, are you that stubborn? Are you willing to go into a fast expansion again? And yeah, chat is right. Kaho presents himself in great shape. Really curious how his 2-2 with Happy works later. Night of Undead is relatively simple. Mass Hunts, Fiends tier 3. But we'll go into that later. Immolation once again. Not on Kaho's side though. Maybe since level 2 and 2.5 is so easy here, he saves it. Goes for mana burn as the counter to Immolation. I wouldn't mind that too much. We had a scout on Infy's side right there. But yeah, this creep route is just too juicy to not go for it. But nice little pull by Kaho makes it so the creeps are more spread. Immolation is less impactful. And that buys some time. And every split second is efficiency. We got mana burn first. Got a circlet, that's quite nice. Double gloves of haste though, solid damage boost for Infy. But Kaho is just faster. No expansion this time. Instant tech. So we're waiting for the Hunter Souls. Are we going into a normal bear mirror or is it ranged? Definitely more exciting. But also very much timing dependent. Infy should have it all down. He's the 4-race king. Probably when it comes to greatest of all time. If you put on a category like who has the highest average skill with all 4 races. That sounds wrong, right? But I think you know what I mean. I think it's definitely Infy. And there's no one really close. That Demon Hunter is stacked. Nice snipe by Kaho. Taking that item away. Getting something from the shop maybe? Not too sure. We got 5 archers. That's the oh, 6 archers. Okay, this is definitely mass range. Kaho is going for a Hunter Soul. So we will have the diverging strategies, but it's also different from Northern Isles because we don't have hunts around. Kaho constantly scouting for expansions, as you should. And Kaho killing the frogs. That's mean. Kaho waiting for the tier 2 for the lures. And yeah, Archer's talents for Infy. High speed. Naga second, high damage as well with Fairy Fire, and Archers bring the damage. And then finding a counter to this is really troublesome. Oh, just like the Demon Hunter. There we go. Can't go for too much immolation if you get mana burned, and Kaho made the right decision here, I think. The creep spots on Tide Hunters are so easy that you don't win too much time with immolation. And then mana burn is the hard counter. Yeah, by the way, Chinese tournament, if you're in the European time zone, Chinese tournaments now start 1 hour later because we had a time zone change this weekend and caught up 1 hour because China has only 1 time zone. So yeah, when it was noon, now it's 1 PM all the time. That caused some confusion today. Also because I forgot that this is happening and I put the wrong times on our homepage. And then I was really surprised how fast it was 3 AM this night. Oh, Infy catches him. It is a Dryad transition into tier 3. I'm really not that sure if you need Dryads with that style, because they are getting more or less annihilated by Archers at that stage of the game. I like the Dryads when Talons are around, but that's not the case really for Infy. That will still take some... He's going Hippo Riders! Oh wow! Is Infy just trolling? Or is that his new style? That is obviously quite a hard counter to Dryads then. But they don't do much damage in general. And also tier 3. Is this marksmanship hippogriffs? For the counter, Kaho would need Engines of Wind himself. There's not the greatest anti-air solution if you're a Night Elf. Wait, what's the range on these? 600. Can't you counter them with Talons? They are... That would be interesting. That would be an interesting fight for sure. Infy trying to go for the snipe, but taking lots of damage. Sapper! That was a cool move. But was it a successful move? We'll see about that. Ay, ay, ay. What a slaughter. Very brutal. Naga stays intact. Infy still with some anti-air, but now the bears are out. He has an orb on the Demon Hunter, and good luck playing hippos if there's a Demon Hunter around with an orb. Because the Demon Hunter's been around the entire time. Infy Lamo style, flying around sniping wisps. Oh. Level 4 Demon Hunter for Infy. Got a little bit of an advantage there. Hippo Riders in Mirror. Okay, try hero as well. Adding in a keeper at that stage of the game could be a liability. But I guess the time for these hippos is over, isn't it? No, apparently not. Apparently we built more of them.
A player's
What
forces
the
are
hell,
under
guys?
siege.
So cost inefficient. For what they do. But it's kinda, like, it's kinda working. If he had an expansion behind all this harass, I'd love that.
Town is under siege.
But Kaho really doesn't care. He had a little bit of a bank. He can go for a shredder if all things fall apart. He can get for a pretty efficient army now. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, Infy is a strategic genius, but this doesn't look that great. Oh. No TP anymore. No staff. No orb. Infy, what are you doing with your resources and time? Absolutely nothing. Super disappointing performance by Infy, to be honest. Yeah, this is done. I really hope he plays better in the twos. Boom, Kaho schools this guy. Hippo Riders apparently not a great solution. In the Night Elf Mirror. Sag, you know, Infy has these days where he's a little moody. Maybe the stream didn't go too well, or I don't